You ever wonder what this little stamp is right there? It is the square footage of the hide. This one's 21.5 square feet. So this is literally half of a cow. And usually we kind of cut around that so you don't end up with a stamp on the backside of your product. But because we're trying to reduce waste and cut a lot more cleaner for scratch and dent, you might end up with a little artifact from the tannery and you get 30% off, and it reduces the amount of this used to be living cows that ends up in a landfill. So check it out below. Ooh, that's the biggest boxes I've ever freaking unboxed on Rose Anvil 2. Because this company, you probably heard of, Saddleback, they mostly were known for making bags, like forever. They're one of the top leatherworking companies in the world in terms of like sales and longevity, and like they're one of the big players in the game. And they recently ventured into footwear, actually, but I don't think the boots are in there. I think this is one of their bags. But I want to show you the boots anyway. Built for the well-lived life, Saddleback Leather Company. So they have like totes, they've got, like this is kind of the style of bag they're known for. They're known for their 3 little rivets, you know, big straps, kind of, to me it looks like safari, old school 1960s style, this rugged, solid, thick leather briefcases, travel bags, backpacks, accessories. They even have home office stuff. And this guy is obsessed with quality. I learned a lot about, my initial learning of leather came from Saddleback. They had some really good videos about the different types of chrome tan leathers and different types of tanning processes and strengths. And so some of my early information is directly due to Saddleback. And I've called, me and the owner, I can't remember his name, we've called a few times. Like one time, it's like 4 years ago, he called me. He's like, hey, just want to see, just get to know you and say you're doing a good job and you're improving the industry. Like, keep going. Like, no ask at all. Just a nice, encouraging call because he liked what I was doing. Which, you know, and they literally, nothing was ever asked of me in any way at all. And I think Jaron reached out to him this year and was like, hey, we should work together. You guys got some cool boots and shoes or like slippers coming out. Like, let's work together. And so at first, I think we just decided like, hey, let's show who like Saddleback actually is, and then let's get to the boots. Because if you look at their boots, they look good. They look a lot like the 1,000 Mile boot, but much more elegant. And he goes so deep on all the information. Like, look at all that. Look at it all. That's why I'm really curious to get into this boot and see what's what. Leather sole, brogue toe cap. It's a good looking boot. How much are they? $679. So they're basically like Pacific Northwest price. But they are handsome boots. Look at those things. But I don't think I have any of them in here. So let's do this first. Because part of my job involves carrying heavy boots and shoes around from my work back to my condo, back to the truck. Sometimes I script in the truck. So I'm always moving stuff back and forth, especially footwear. So when we started talking to Saddleback, and he's like, let's just start with like a bag unboxing first. Let's introduce him to the actual product that built the brand. He's like, what bag do you want? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I've got that bag from Stridewise. I'm not like a big like satchel guy. I'm like, what would I need a bag for? And I was like, one thing I always need a bag for is carrying copious amounts of boots and shoes around, back and forth all over the place. So that's why I got this. Look at that. That is by far the biggest leather bag I've ever seen in my entire freaking life. I have to pull this back so you can actually see the whole size of it. Look at that thing. Isn't that nuts? This thing is like 4 feet wide, long. So let's get into it. Oh my gosh. This is even bigger than I thought it was gonna be. This thing is like, I'm a big dude. I'm 6'4". Look how big this thing is. It's literally like the size of my torso. Longer than my torso. That's my best attempt at showing you size. And look at all the details on here. Got this classic saddleback. 3 rivets, 3 big chunky straps, big old reinforced handle. Here's that snapped. Got some buckles on the side here. Let's open it up and see what's on the inside. God, these things are basically belts for straps. It's pretty freaking cool. So like if I travel and I have to take a bunch of boots with me or shoes with me, all I do is I bring this giant old beast. It's all got all the straps to strap it down. And people are like, oh, I don't want to ruin my leather luggage by traveling. That's why you buy this quality of luggage or bags, because it'll just look cooler and it will last longer than like those really cheap aluminum frame luggage that's in right now. Okay, let's see what's on the inside. That is so crazy. This is such a huge piece of leather. Look at from here all the way up to here. That's like at least a quarter of a hide, like a side. Fully leather lined. That looks like pigskin to me. Look at this giant reinforcement strap to reinforce the handle. Because if you didn't have this strap right there, because that's a veg tan heavy duty reinforced. That thing's like 6 millimeters thick. Tons of stuffing on the inside. I'll run this to the garbage actually. Woo! Came with a little strap for the shoulder strap too. It's crazy how, because I've never seen a Saddleback bag in person, but in person you realize how substantial everything is. Like just big, chunky, thick leather, big, heavy hardware, rivets on everything, sewing on everything. And just look at the space in here. You could hide. I could take Jaren on trips with me for free now. I really like the pigskin lining too. That is so much room in there. Like, see how much I can fit? That's 1 pair of shoes. That's just a pair of limbs in there. That's like 5 pairs deep. That's so cool. This thing is nuts. I gotta move to the side so I can actually look up the price. Whew, I'm out of breath from carrying that thing around. Is it a travel bag? I was trying to decide which one I would actually want and use. Because I really like their travel bags because you get there's varying sizes. These ones have like a lot more like little pockets on them, just like a miniature version with a fold top. I almost wanted one of these structured ones, but I was like, that'd be kind of a pain to throw in the back of the truck with it structured, even though it'd be really, really cool. The 27-inch adolescent beast duffel bag. And then you got some little pack bags that you can put in the bigger bags. But I went for the $879 beast duffel bag. 34-inch. I like this color more, the chestnut. Tobacco color to me is the Saddleback color. So I gotta get it in tobacco. Like if I'm gonna have a Saddleback bag, it's gotta be tobacco. $879. So why is that so much money? Because it's literally, this at least takes a hide worth of leather. At least, and that's not counting the parts that they can't use that are like the neck with all the different stretching and marks in it that people for some reason don't like. And it's all sewn together, it's fully lined. So it's like double the amount of leather just because it's fully lined. You got hand rivets on some of the most important structural parts. You've got the little pop rivets everywhere else. Even though it's a simple bag, it's a giant bag. Like this thing rolled out. Like look how much leather this is somewhat rolled out. That's like 6 feet of just leather to create the bag. So what's the description say? Design of the beast leather duffel bag. It's 12 pounds by itself without anything in it. That's so funny. It is plain and simple with no breakable parts like zippers, wheels, snaps, or buttons, and built with as few seams as possible because seams are where all duffel bags start failing. Therefore, there are only 2 really big pieces of leather with a solid piece sewn on each end of the travel bag. So basically saying, this is so hard to show. Solid piece, wraps, solid piece, wraps, solid piece. Then this piece, these 2 pieces are sewn together, and that's that solid piece for the top. So ridiculous. And we sew the leather at only 5 stitches per inch, so there's more leather between the needle holes and fewer holes to start to tear. I designed it to be versatile, and there's some more information. I feel like that gives us a good overview. Let's see what these videos look like.
Hey, I'm Dave Munson with Saddleback Leather.
Dave Munson, that's who it was. Sorry, Dave.
Extra large duffel. We're here in Kigali, Rwanda.
Young Dave.
For a new drum.
14 years ago.
Excuse me, I'm not from around here.
Look at that thing.
Do you know where I could buy a drum? Excuse me. Onions? No, I hate onions. But thank you, though. Oh, no, those are disgusting. But thank you,
I love Dave.
Do you know where I could buy a drum?
He's a sweet dude. So, that is my new bag for all my boots and shoes. Mostly when I'm traveling back and forth between my place and the shop. But I also just love over-the-top ridiculous things. Like, look at this thing. Look how big this thing is. So, huge shout out to Saddleback for sending this in. This literally sent me a $900 bag for free. I'll actually use it, and I've been a big fan of Saddleback since I started doing leatherworking. They were doing it well ahead of anyone else that was making the quality of like this quality of leather positioned in that heritage way. And they're still one of the only bag makers that's still doing, that's actually doing it this way. So I just love Saddleback. So let me know what you guys think. If you want to see their boot, let me know, because I want to get a pair of them and see what's what with those. So thank you guys. Thanks again to Saddleback. Check them out below. That's it. See ya.